Alright, there we go. Well, hey, what's up, guys? I know. I have said for God knows how long how I was getting ready to do videos and I had all this stuff and blah, right? I mean, it has been a lot of months, and I'll tell you what, a lot of stuff has happened over the last 6-8 months. I have a lot of updating to do and a lot of things to tell you about, and I guess we'll get right down to it. Talk about a little bit of what's been going on in my life. Well, I've been promoted twice. I have moved different districts, different stores, the whole nine. I had mentioned before that I work for a very large retail chain, and also I am now a dad, which was something that I never thought was possible and always used to really freak me out because just the thought of actually being a father and passing along this anxiety was very scary, because I've been always told it's hereditary. I've read it, and I simply did not want to pass that along to another little human. So outside of that, I may or may not have, which we'll go with may, had a little bit of a relapse. And I know that typically consists of, drugs or alcohol, but mine was more anxiety and panic attack based, because for quite a long time, as I was making all my videos and I was really, really engaged with it, I got very good at taking care of my anxiety and panic and taking care of myself. And that is just something that I kind of lost along the way, because my job takes a lot of my time. Obviously, my child takes up a ton of time, which I love. My fiance, I got a lot going on, and I have family that I take care of, just I guess emotionally. I don't mean, take care of them per se, but a lot of people reach out to me, and obviously my Facebook page blows up constantly. My YouTube page blows up constantly of people just like you that are struggling with this, and I felt like I had mine 100% under control. But I guess that brings me to the topic that I am going to talk about today, and that is maintenance, sustainability, whichever way you want to look at it. That's a big part of this whole thing, and I lost that along the way. I'm not gonna pull any punches. I'm not gonna bullshit. It was I really felt as though I had this thing licked, and I got very sloppy with a lot of the things that helped me get to the point where I wasn't having such a hard time, and I was having a lot of good days, and the panic attacks were non-existent. Anxiety was very minimal. If I did have any anxiety, I could take care of it, and it wasn't a big deal. And over the last couple of months, I have had something called the norovirus twice, and exactly 30 days apart. Let me tell you, it is the worst fucking sickness I have ever encountered in my entire life. Being afraid of all these types of things and having hypochondria or hypochondriasis, being a hypochondriac, whatever, I had it 2 times in 30-day stretches, and I had it for, I believe, 5 or 6 days both times, which, it can last up to 10 days. But I've never got rid of that much liquid out of multiple orifices in a short period of time, becoming severely dehydrated, just really sick, just no strength to do anything. It was tough, and that's what was really the final nail in my, I don't want to say coffin, but what really started this relapse into having really bad anxiety again. And I thought, like I said, those days were over. So it has really forced me to, refocus and to, go back and even watch some of my old videos just to get the damn tips and, remember all the things that I was doing, because it just became such a, like a habit for me to do these things. And then I fell off because, that's what happens. I mean, especially with diets and whatnot, you work out really, really hard, you eat very, very well, and then you get the results you want, and then you start eating freaking pizzas and Hershey bars, man. And that's not the way to go. Like, you have to take care of yourself. I cannot stress that enough, that you need to take care of yourself, and it is a lifetime thing. Okay, I thought, again, I know I've said it 3 times, but I cannot reiterate this enough, that it is a lifetime thing. You consistently have to do these things in order to stay on the up and up. I realize more now than ever that it is just, a creative mind. I think intelligence has a lot to do with it. It seems as if a lot of anxiety sufferers are, they're rather intelligent. I mean, some people aren't very articulate with their words, but that doesn't mean that they're not a smart person, or a very creative person for that matter. And, myself being so analytical, I'm extremely analytical. I analyze every situation. And, secondly, another thing that I've noticed, to be commonplace across the board with folks is, they've had multiple situations that have changed their outlook on life. Now, what do I mean by this? What I mean is, being cheated on, or being duped, I guess. It does change your outlook on people, or change your outlook on situations, or basically just your perception in general. You start to perceive things differently. You don't take things for face value. For one, I don't take anything for face value unless I see it myself, and even then I may question. And I realize that is an opportunity, a challenge, if you will, for me, and it is something that I'm addressing each and every day. I'm trying very, very hard to get a good stronghold on this. When it came to my, next couple promotions, I mean, it's like the higher the ladder you go, they say it's lonely at the top. Well, duh. I mean, honestly, like, I was just thought it was a figure of speech, but it totally is. I mean, you're around tons of people that are just ass kissing for the most part. I mean, you got your few, right? I mean, you got your few that are cool and good friends, or good acquaintances, good, honest people. But I would say the majority really like to, I don't know, just kind of stay in your good graces all the time. And that is something that I don't particularly like. I like straightforward. I like people to be who they are, no matter what. And this was like a totally different demon for me, because around 200-300 people now. And wow. I mean, the amount of brown nosing, and, I had to buy waders because the shit was getting so deep a lot of the times. And, everybody's looking for something. And I hate to say it, not everybody. The majority of these folks that I'm dealing with in this particular situation, they're looking for something. And that has been a very difficult thing for me. Also, I talked about becoming a father, trying to stay the up and up, and knowing that I'm the primary breadwinner for the house and taking care of him. I mean, he's like 7 months now. He's absolutely beautiful. I mean, maybe one of these times I'll post a picture, a little small snippet video or whatever, but the kid's like my whole world. And having that type of pressure is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And, most would find it to be motivating. I kind of allowed it to scare the shit out of me a little bit because I started to think, I'm like, what about college and school systems, and I got to get a bigger house, and I have to get more promotions and make more money. And I let it really sink in there, and it was always in the back of my head, and that was tough. That was very, very, very difficult, because my achievements weren't coming quick enough. I mean, I've been one of the faster promotes in my company's history, promoted multiple times now, and still not satisfied. And I see a problem with that, because, I mean, long term, I'm not enjoying, where I'm at now. And my focus is just like tunnel, right? Tunnel vision, trying to get the next, promotion, trying to make waves, trying to do whatever I got to do. And then also maintaining my integrity, because I refuse to, step on folks to get where I need to go. So it makes it a little tougher. You got to work a little harder. Basically, it's just pressures, all these pressures that I allowed to come in on myself. And, I wasn't eating like I should be. I was actually kind of smoking cigarettes more. Kind of not conducive to a anxiety-friendly way of life, of course. Coffee every day, lots of caffeine. Wasn't journaling as much. Not really seeking the information and continuously learning all the things that kind of got me to where I was. And wasn't practicing the mindfulness anymore. Just didn't have time, only so many hours in a day. But, I got smacked back into reality, and I'll tell you what, I will never make that mistake again. Because when the panic attacks came back, they were different, if that makes any sense. They were a totally different set, like almost as though it had, I don't know, like mutated into this totally different thing. It learned, and talking about it in third person, some of you hate that, but it had learned my patterns, and it learned new ways to get in my head, which basically means I learned new ways of distracting myself, and it got pretty bad. I actually had a couple more ER visits. Of course, they were mostly during when I had the norovirus, because I was very concerned about the amount of liquid that's being expelled versus what I could actually take in, which was like a sip of water, but somehow I could vomit a gallon. It was weird. So, I don't know. I just really, really, really want you guys to understand that it is a lifetime. It's a lifetime. You have to continually maintain, just like a car, like a house. If you want your car to stay nice and running well, just like your body, you have to maintain. And there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Got a new camera though, so that's pretty exciting. I'm just now learning how to use it and upload videos, because I just really, I'm not gonna bullshit you, I just really was too lazy to try to figure it out. So, anyways. That's my little update right now. I'm going to try to do some more videos, because like I said, since all that's happened, I've read a lot of fun shit, I've tried a lot of new things, and I really want to share those with you. So I appreciate those of you that have kind of stuck around and stayed subscribed to my channel. There's plenty more to come, especially now, because I am more than aware that I need you guys as much as some of you have stated that you need me. And I got to continue doing this, because I got to continue to learn it and share this information, because it also helps me, and it keeps me good, keeps me on the even. So anyways, I've not figured out how to cut this thing without actually touching the button, so I'm going to get real close to your computer screen here. Look for the button. There it is. And so you can still find me on Facebook. I do post from time to time, and I do return quite a few of the emails for the most part. Been spending a lot more time doing that. So, well, it was nice to see you all. Hope you're happy to see me, and hopefully we'll talk soon. All right.